Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome back to another For Purpose Driven Man video. If you are a purpose driven man, make sure that you are subscribed. Introverted men have an unfair advantage. I'm gonna tell y'all a story of two tales. There's one guy, he's introspective because he spends a lot of time by himself. Okay? Spends a lot of time by himself, but he's not just by himself. He's with the books that he's interested in. He's focused on his hobbies. He's focused on building out his life. He's focused on his relationship with something greater than himself. He's focused on his relationship with the Creator. He's focused on his relationship with himself, how he thinks about himself. He's focused on improving upon himself. And he's self-aware. I mean, these are things that I got to tell people over and over and over again to do, or at least encourage them to do. There's this other guy though. He's an extrovert, man. He gets along with a lot of people. He could connect with a lot of people. He loves to party. He loves to go out. He loves to do the whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Loves to dance. Loves to put himself out there. Not afraid of speaking. Not afraid of communicating a message with people. However, because he's not as introspective as the first guy, he may not always have the most to share or the most value to share because he's always outside, never really goes within, doesn't really take time to connect with himself or the Creator, never really takes time to lock in on hobbies that can further his life, like reading books. I'm looking at statistics nowadays that saying men aren't even reading, and so I know we at the parties though. I know we at the club though. I know we trying to get the girls though, right? I know that's for certain. I know those numbers staying the same despite how the economy looking. But when it comes to picking up a book, the numbers is going down. The truth is, there's a lot of extroverted people in abundance. I'm just going to be real. There's a lot of people that have, a pretty nice social life. But when it comes time to working on their own life, when it comes time to focusing on their purpose, they can't do that. They can't do that. They got to let social media know their every move. They got to let people know their every goal and dream. And they can't just sit with their own self and sit with their own thoughts. You know what was the scariest part for COVID for a lot of people? It was the fact that they had to be home and sit with their own thoughts. It wasn't even the damn virus that was actually going out here hurting people, killing people, taking people's mothers from them, taking people's grandmothers from them. You know what I'm saying? And like, bro, like the virus, people wasn't even scared of the virus. People was scared of the fact that they had to be home. People were scared of the fact that they didn't even know what to do with themselves. So I'm not saying that being an introvert is better than being an extrovert, but I do think that there's some advantages in life that matters by being an introvert that you already accomplished by that being your personality. Because the tale of two men, the introvert can learn to be extroverted or can learn extroverted traits and become that ambivert, which is the goal, I believe, for all human beings to be. When you're an ambivert, right? When you're an ambivert, I believe that's the word. You're both. You're an extrovert and you're an introvert. You're able to be by yourself if you have to be. You're able to take a solo journey by yourself. You're able to go ghost and focus on yourself. The advice that I always give on this channel, to focus on yourself so you can dig deep and find your purpose, find your reason for being here, find your reason for wanting to stay alive and contribute to society and contribute to your own life, no matter how tough times get, because you're aware of your mission on earth. You're aware of whatever purpose that you're sent here to do. And that's a much better feeling of fulfillment than just floating around and throwing stuff at the wall and not knowing what to do, not knowing if it sticks. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to throw things at the wall, because maybe that is how you figure out what your purpose is. But sometimes you just have to go within and trust that the answers are within yourself. And introverts understand that. I used to be an introvert. Over time, I've been on big stages. I've given big speeches. I can hang with the folk. I can hang with people, but my social battery drains quicker than an iPhone that Apple has with a new software update that you shouldn't be getting because you got the iPhone 11 and you want the latest iOS. Your battery gonna drain in 1.2 seconds with that new iOS software update, right? I'm a tech geek, I'm sorry, as well. I like tech. So, like, my social battery is quick but I'm still able to hang with people. I'm still able to connect with people. I'm still able to, like, kick it. And when I do kick it, I got something to offer. I got something to share because I spent so much time focusing on the things that, pour into me, focusing on, my purpose and my hobbies and my relationship with myself. I'm secure within myself. I don't need people to like me. I don't need people's approval. And with the extroverts, I feel like they could enter dangerous territory where if they don't learn some introverted traits and kind of become that ambivert where they can fluctuate between the two, which I believe is the goal, right? They might become too dependent on society, on what people think, on other people's opinions, on how they should live their life, because they're not comfortable within their own skin. And they might reach a point in life where they're camouflaging with everybody else because they can easily fit into any room. And that's awesome. But they never really get to know the room that they belong in because they never spent enough time with themselves. Some people was raised with siblings. Some people was raised in a household where they always was around people. And then you go to school, you around people. Then you go to college, you around people. Like, I know there might be mixed opinions on this video, but I mean well. Like, when we're always around people, like, we never really get to be around ourselves. We never really just get to be around God type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even get to just go deep within ourselves and figure out who we are and unpack the layers because we're surrounded by people all the time. And guess what? People are great. Having a social life is great. Don't get it mixed up. I think we need to vacillate between the two. I think we need to be ambiverts. But my point stands. An introverted man has an advantage because he learns things that, in my opinion, are essential. You can be a great man on this earth and not really have friends. Like, it's the truth. You can be okay in your own skin. And I think men need to learn that because everybody's not going to be married. Like, I'm married. That's a privilege. It's a privilege that I found my one, especially in a world that's designed right now, currently, for people to be apart. You know what I'm saying? For people to be part of hookup culture. It's just a different time that we living in. So I'm aware of my privileges. But I also earned that. I earned my marriage every day by fighting for it, by working on being a better husband and doing what I need to do. But my point is, everybody's not going to be in a relationship. Everybody's not going to have the best friends all the time. You have to be willing to walk away from situations that don't serve you. And if you don't learn how to be by yourself sometimes and be okay with your own company, then you might stay in situations that don't serve you. You might stay in situations that don't help you. You might stay in situations that don't heal you. You might stay in situations that are going to keep you down instead of lift you up. And one of the most powerful things that a man can do is learn how to be alone, because there might come a season where he has to walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve his mission or his purpose. It no longer serves his constructed identity that he wants to be on this earth. It no longer serves them. And if you're not willing to walk away from toxic situations, if you're not willing to walk away from toxic people, you might end up becoming one, because the environment is going to make up who you are. So again, it's very dangerous for an extroverted man to only be an extroverted man. I don't think it's as dangerous for an introverted man to stay an introverted man. That's a man that just wants to be left alone. That's a man that might just want to focus on himself and focus on what he has going on. And he's okay with his own company. I still think it's cool to go out there and go get you some friends and, you know, have a social life and work on building relationships with people, because we're human beings. We're social beings. I believe in that. I believe in that. I'm not against partying. I'm not against having fun. I'm not against friends. I want to make that perfectly clear. But what I am against is you never learning to walk a season of life by yourself. It teaches you so much when you're able to live alone and learn from life, or you're able to just go on a walk by yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like a 30-minute walk where it's just you, like just carving out time each day for some time with yourself. And I think if you can do that as an extrovert, then you learn some of the advantages of what it means to be introverted. And the goal is to then become ambiverted, where it's okay if you are in a situation in life where you have to be more solo because you're working on your purpose or you have goals that you want to accomplish. And it's also okay for you to be in a time where you want to lean on people that got your back and they want to be there for you and you're going through a tough time. Both are okay, but be ready for whichever season. And in order for you to be ready for a more extroverted season, a more social life season, you got to learn those extroverted traits. In order for you to be ready for a season where you might have to walk a little solo and do things on your own, because that time will come. There's always a season of a man's life where he has to walk that path alone. You might not always have your wolf pack, especially if you had to get rid of your old one because your old one doesn't align with where you're personally going. Those are tough decisions that we have to make from time to time. You got to be ready for that season as well. So I definitely hope that this video is just able to, you know, help somebody out there. And understand, man, I think it's definitely important overall for us to learn the skill of focusing on ourselves. We're living in a world where our attention is so scattered and people are focused on so much things, but the power of one is so important. When you focus on yourself, you get to learn what your purpose is. When you get to learn what your purpose is, understand that that can never be taken away from you. That's something that you're able to utilize in this world to become successful, to reach goals, and to feel fulfilled. That could never be taken away from you. The one thing that I had to focus on in my life when I was on my solo walk and I basically turned away from people, places, and things, I built out my YouTube channel. That's when I built out for Purpose Driven Men. December 5th, 2023, I walked away from people, places, and things, man. I walked away from opportunities, man. And I said, you know what? I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to just focus on that. This was the opportunity. Social media, YouTube. And it changed my life forever. Changed my life forever. And I'm working with a small group of creators right now, purpose-driven creators. The link is below if you need help with your YouTube channel. We're helping them get to the monetization goal. I remember when I got my first YouTube check, it absolutely changed my life because it showed me that there's another way to make money. I have a college degree and I didn't use my degree to go out there and work corporate. I use my degree as a way for me to sharpen my communication skills, learn the things that I need to learn, and then bring it online so I could build up my own business and my own platform. So if you work with me, just understand you're working with a hustler, somebody that works hard, somebody that wasn't ever handed nothing. I was never handed anything. I just worked for everything that I got. And I for sure thank God. And I thank my work ethic. And I thank the ability for me to turn away from distractions, turn away from things that didn't serve me, and turn towards my God-given purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Again, appreciate you guys for watching this video. You can check out the resources below. Check out my book on Amazon because I'm working on my second one. So make sure you got the first, the Purposeful Man Playbook. All the links will be below. Patreon, all the good stuff will be below. Thanks for watching another purpose-driven video, man. I'll see you in the next one.